All right, everybody, we're talking to the 2023 Invitational winner, and I had a part of that, which I'm excited to talk about.
You did.
Bruno Nesci.
You're the first person to ever get my last name correct.
They'll never know how I learned how to do it either, will they?
I've been dealing with this for 25 years, and nobody ever says my last name properly.
I've been struggling with, there's a lot of Italian ETAs and entertainers.
Especially in Canada.
We did Dean Martin yesterday, and I got his name a little screwed up trying to do his real guy.
I just call him Dino.
Yeah, that's what I did, too, after we got into it. Anyway, we're excited to have you.
It's
Bruno.
such a pleasure and an honor to be on this radio station.
And you've heard the show before, so you're
I have.
familiar with it.
I have.
Okay. So it's unprofessional.
No, it's great.
So let your hair down, your sideburns, whatever.
My sideburns, I got no hair.
And do it. Tell me about it.
But I keep mine in a box.
God is good, God is fair. Some got brains, others got hair. That's the way it works.
That's it.
One thing I got to tell about you is I've been observing you here this weekend. I have never seen a more social butterfly than I see with you. Everybody's your friend. You're talking to everybody. They all love you. Lots of hugs and kisses. And
you could only be as good as the people around you.
Right, exactly. And I believe that. And you got a lot of love and support, brother. I tell you. I see
Thank you so much.
How did a little Italian fella from Canada become the 2023 Invitational winner and become such a success here in the Elvis world? Where did it all start? What happened with you?
My parents owned a restaurant and nightclub in Toronto, a small town called Woodbridge. It's dominantly Italian. Mm-hmm. And being in the restaurant business and dance club, nightclub, let's say 35, 40-plus club, another young tribute artist came in there one day during dinner. The parents asked my father, he's not too much older than me, they asked my parents if he could sing a couple songs, and my dad's like, knock yourself out. So he went up there in this little tiger suit. I'll never forget it. Like I have it imprinted in my forehead. He does Suspicious Minds, one song. The people went absolutely nuts. A guy got up, dumped all the bread on the table, grabbed this basket, went around the room. They collected $1,000 for this kid.
Wow, amazing.
They loved it. And I went up to him. I said a little bit more than that. I was singing just for fun. My dad would hand me the microphone, and I'd sing Italian stuff with him. So I walked up to this guy, and I go, I loved what you just did. And he gave me a no, don't compete with me attitude.
Uh-oh.
He gave me a few words that I never expected. It's not as easy. Don't think you could do what I can do. And I'm like, wait, did he just challenge me? And it started out of a challenge. So I said, you know what? This was about October. It was September or October. So New Year's was coming around the corner. This is 1999. New Year's is coming. We're a few weeks before New Year's, and I look at our in-house piano player, and I go, I want to do Elvis on New Year's. Uh-oh. He looks at me, and he starts laughing. And he goes, we got work to do.
Sounds like you love a challenge.
I love a challenge.
Right.
If I put something in my mind, I'm going to make it happen. Mm-hmm. Good, bad, or ugly, I'm going to make it happen. So we did just that. We went to work. He started teaching me Teddy Bear. So he gets on the piano, puts on his rhythms, and baby, let me be. And we started. Now my work started coming. So he bought me as a gift, he bought me the cassette, the VHS cassette of Elvis, That's the Way It Is. And he goes, this is for you. Go home and start working. I had a TV with a VHS player built in.
Right.
I put it in, and I watched this VHS tape until all the tape came out. It broke. And I went home. I grabbed my karate pants, because at the time I was taking Kung Fu. I grabbed a white dress shirt. My mom wanted to kill me because they had no idea what I was doing. But I had my black shoes, dress shoes that I was using for school, and I painted them with white shoe polish. My mom had no idea what was going on. So I grabbed these pants, tucked them over my shirt, flipped the collar, put on a pair of glasses that my mom had in some closet. And she had, back then, the big gold belts were in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. These big, it was a round buckle. I put on this gold sash belt, and I put everything in a shopping bag. I go upstairs in the restaurant, and the piano player around 10:30 at night, they're just finishing the dinner. And he goes, we're sorry to stop the night. My dad comes out of the kitchen. My mom's frantic, like, what are you doing? And he goes, calm down. He goes, we got a special guest. And they're like, what's going on? And he starts, ba-dum-pa, ba-dum-pa, And he goes, Elvis Presley. And I come down the stairs. My parents were losing it. Like, this kid's going to ruin our night. I went out there saying, Teddy Bear, don't be cruel in blue suede shoes. 25 years later, I'm competing at Graceland.
Isn't that crazy? How long did it take Mom and Dad to become believers?
My mom believed in me from day one.
Great.
My dad started 3 years ago.
Oh, really? Wow. It took a little longer. Huh?
Yeah. My dad
How
hated
old
this
were you,
business.
when you did that first show there?
I was 8. I was 8 years old.
Oh, that's so
It's
cute.
funny. A lot of the ETAs will say that they start as kids, and it was a cute little thing.
See,
that
most
turned into this.
most guys started because of a passion for Elvis.
Yeah.
Right.
Mine started as a challenge.
Yeah.
And then watching That's the Way It Is, and I fell in love with Elvis.
Learned
It wasn't even about the
yeah.
music.
Right.
It wasn't about the jumpsuits. It was about Elvis.
The man.
It was about the man.
Right.
And what he stood for and how he was with people, and like the outtakes of That's the Way It Is. He's just hugging and kissing people and talking and made everybody feel special.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, that's the way I am.
That's what I was going to say. I see it. That's how I started the show. I said, look at him. That's like Elvis walking around, hugging everybody, loving everybody.
I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. But you do have that. And I was going to say, on stage, you've got to have that Elvis aura about you. And I think it's a hard task, but you do it well. You've got to be Elvis, but you're also
See,
you.
I try to. That's my biggest challenge. Always been my biggest challenge. Is when I'm on stage, I'm more me than I am anybody else. And I try.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm trying hard enough or I'm not trying enough.
My job when I was here as a judge the first time was the essence.
Right.
I was judging on the essence of Elvis. Do they capture that? And I saw it right away with you.
Really?
Yeah, your friend.
I so appreciate
You
that.
didn't tell the same Elvis jokes that he told. You may have joked in your way.
Yeah, of course.
But it's what he would have done.
At the end of the day, I'm not Elvis. Well, I try my best to bring as much as myself to the stage, like Elvis would have been. We're trying to be another man,
Right.
but we're not him.
Mm-hmm.
And you got guys that want to be him.
Yeah.
They think they're him, but we're not.
I've talked to several of your brothers in the Brotherhood. We've talked to several here on the microphone. And everybody at this festival that we're at today have been Elvis fans before they were entertainers. And I love that. And I love that you're a fan before you are an artist.
Oh, I can give up singing tomorrow.
Right.
If someone were to come to me and say you have to stop doing Elvis tomorrow, I'll give it up tomorrow.
Right.
But it'll never stop me from being an Elvis fan.
Right.
Well, that's going to lead me to another fun question. Let's get to some fun stuff. I always ask everybody, we know you love Elvis, and we know you play him in your headphones. Who else is on your playlist when you're not listening to Elvis? Be honest. It can be rap. We won't get mad at you. It can
No,
be Taylor Swift. We won't get mad.
No, you're going to laugh at this.
Okay.
I'm a Michael Buble fan.
Oh, we love him.
We love him too.
Yeah.
I am the ultimate Michael Buble fan.
I
Right.
love him.
And outside of Elvis, in my wedding band, majority of the time, it's Michael Buble.
Have you seen him perform?
He is
I
so-
performed with him.
You did.
I was 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
You got to tell that story.
I was playing at a bar down on Queen Street in Toronto. They did a Valentine's event where you get married by Elvis. So me and my piano player at the time, who played at the restaurant, he dressed up as Elvis, and we went and married people as Elvis. It was just a little gimmick for fun. It wasn't legitimate on paper. So people got in, took pictures, and the owner, it was a place called Stone's Place. They closed down now. He was endorsed by the Rolling Stones. They would go there and hang out there. He had their instruments, their backline. It was so cool. And then the owner of this place called the Cadillac Lounge, closed down now, was friends with a friend of mine, and he goes, hey, Elvis, he goes, Bruno, come across the street. You guys got to play a song over here for Valentine's. So I'm like, okay. So I was in jumpsuit. I literally crossed Queen Street in jumpsuit, and there was a 3-piece band, just 3 jazz guys and a singer. And he looks at us, and we start talking. I don't know who this guy is. And he goes, listen, we got the band. He goes, why don't you sing a song with us? I go, sure. He goes, can we do it together? I go, love to. I didn't know who this guy was. And the piano player just starts playing Can't Help Falling in Love. So we do it as a call and answer thing, and people got up and danced, and it was such a cool vibe. Mm-hmm. So then my dad had one of those cameras, the digital cameras with the screens, that was like the size of a brick. Mm-hmm. So he videotaped it, and we're with some friends, and they go, what did you do for Valentine's Day? I said, well, I was at Cadillac Lounge, and then I was at Stone's, and then they called us to go to Cadillac Lounge, and he goes, oh, that's awesome. He goes, who'd you play with? I go, with Michael Buble. And they're like, with who? I'm like, Michael Buble. They're like, have you turned the radio on? And I go, why? They're like, he's blowing up.
Yeah.
And I go, what do you mean he's blowing up? Is he okay? Like, does he need medical alert? Like, what's going on? They're like, no. He's just signed $1 million contracts. And they're like, nobody believed me until we pulled out the video. And we're like,
Do you still have the video?
my dad has it on some camera.
Oh, you have to pull
Well,
that out
he
someday.
does that now at his concerts. He pulls people, kids,
Yeah.
everybody out of the
He,
road, yeah.
you know what? It was extraordinary.
Did you like the duet with Fever?
I loved it.
I thought it was good too.
I loved it.
He's a diehard Elvis fan too,
Yeah.
as you know.
Massive Elvis fan.
Yeah.
We actually sat there after his night. He came to Stone's place, and we sat there talking for like 3 hours about Elvis. And it's cool because back then nobody would recognize me because I actually had hair.
Right. Are you really losing hair up there?
I got none.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, wigs do amazing things.
I
right?
I have hair.
Like one?
I don't care what anybody says. I paid for my hair and I keep it in a box. It's my hair.
I understand.
You own it.
I own it. It's my hair.
Hey, I was going to ask you, you've played out of the country now, haven't you?
I'm honestly, the last couple of years, I thank God and I have to thank Elvis Presley. I've been to places I never would have imagined.
So ask him the big question, babe.
So I've been asking all the guys, Elvis never got to do that. So your first time doing that, it must have been really special. What were you thinking?
The first time I got a chance, I've done it many times, but the first time it really, in 25 years, the first time it really hit me was last year. Elvis never got a chance to tour Europe or anything, and I've sung in Europe a dozen times. Last year was the first time I got a chance to go to Australia. So I got off the plane in Australia, and we're doing the first show, and I looked at myself and I went, we got 3,000 Elvis fans, sold out, 17 shows.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And I'm scratching my head and I go, what the heck would Elvis have done
Yeah.
if he was here?
Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
Would
Right.
have blown his mind.
And I said, and right now, even though we got guys like Dean, who's the ultimate, and Bill, and all these guys that are by far closer to Elvis than probably I'd ever get, but I'm thinking this Italian kid from Toronto
Yeah.
with the power of Elvis music, it's crazy. And sometimes you have to look at them and go, I'm not Elvis, right?
How
and-
do they respond to you?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts. And we love it.
Yeah.
We love it. There are people where Elvis never got to be able to, never was able to go to these places
Yeah.
are true Elvis fans.
Yeah.
I know we all talk about it, but it really is amazing. And Elvis passed away in 1977. And here we are, it's 2024. The crowds are coming in. You see it everywhere you go. It's that tells you something about this man. There's just, we started off on a little teeny station, now we're all over the world. And it's not us, it's Elvis.
Yeah.
It's not Dan&TL. It's not Bruno, it's Elvis.
No, it's Elvis.
Yeah.
I tell everybody.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Elvis, either I'd be a chef, because
Right.
I'm a foodie. I love my food.
Right.
I'm still in the restaurant business.
Right.
I'd be a chef, or I'd be an Italian singer.
Italian singing. You do that a little bit too, though. on
I
the
do a
side,
lot of
don't
it.
you?
Yeah, I do a lot of it.
Oh, so how'd you like the Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra?
Oh, I
my
loved
gosh,
it.
it was so awesome.
I loved it.
I
Yeah.
loved it. Oh,
How,
absolutely.
how many jumpsuits do you have? That's always a big question too. How many do you have?
22.
22 jumpsuits.
Now the question is, how many fit me?
Oh. What's your favorite Elvis jumpsuit? What's your favorite to wear, and what's your favorite of his?
You know what? I have. They change. Like my favorite Elvis song, it changes every day. My favorite Elvis suit to wear, I have to say, is the Aloha suit.
Really?
Is the Aloha from Hawaii. That's my favorite suit right now to wear. Fits the greatest. It looks the greatest on me. Other than that, I'm into the obscure suits.
Right.
I love the gypsy. I've had the gypsy. I love the old Indian. I love stuff that you don't see.
We like
I love
that too.
fans looking and being like, did Elvis wear that?
And
Right.
you premiered your jumpsuit yesterday.
Oh,
That's
that
not even a
was
jumpsuit.
awesome.
That what do you
I
call
haven't
that?
That was literally a premiere for me, the karate
Yeah,
suit from
it was.
1969.
Yeah, I loved it. That was awesome.
That's the first time in my life I've ever done that.
Were you able to move the same in that one?
No,
Yeah,
you were mentioning it
yeah.
upstage. I
no.
didn't know if that was
I
true or-
felt so weird wearing pants. And now I know why Elvis hated those suits.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he kept
why
on
he's-
ripping the seats out of them.
Do you notice the fans are getting younger sometimes? We have seen a lot here of young ladies. and, like, this is great.
100%.
Love it.
The Elvis fans are getting younger and younger every show.
What do you give that a tribute to? What do you think?
You want the truth, or do you want me to give you a lie?
The truth.
You want me to tell you where it's from?
I think I know what you're going to say.
It's from the Elvis movie.
We know this. That's what we wanted to hear. We figured that. Yeah.
The whole movie, yes. People talk about the Elvis movie, how it was sad, how it was amazing, it was happy. There was mixed emotions about it.
Mm-hmm.
They talk horrible about the Colonel. Now we got to face the facts. If it wasn't for the Colonel, Elvis wouldn't be who he was.
Right.
Was he the most honest person? No.
No.
But sometimes it takes a devil to make the king.
Mm-hmm.
It takes what it takes to get what you want in life. And that guy did everything to make Elvis who he was. But the fact is that bringing Austin Butler, who did such an incredible portrayal to Elvis, and the truth that was Hollywood also.
Absolutely.
Everything is light, smoke, and mirrors, and they got to do what they got to do to sell tickets.
But there was truth in everything, and some essence of truth.
Behind every lie, there's some kind of truth.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Behind every joke, there's truth. Behind everything you do, there's some truth. Even if it's 1%, there's still 1%. Now, this movie brought a whole line of fans, but no matter which way we look at it, it all streamed from Elvis.
Elvis, exactly. Yeah. And we always talk about it. The movie was not made for the hardcore Elvis fans.
No.
It was made for the public in general.
100%. That's why I said Hollywood.
Yeah, we met some young ladies that are here at the festival. They saw the movie, and I said, so you're into Austin Butler now too, right? Yeah, but we really love Elvis now. We're watching all of his movies. And they were more about Elvis than Austin, which I'm glad. And Austin probably is glad about that.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
But, yeah, it got us new stations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people took an interest in Elvis again and reached out. We usually reach out to them. Right. We actually have people write to us, hey, how do we get your show? Because the Elvis boom. He's still on Billboard. He was on Billboard with albums again.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
You got to think that I don't know how many years it took for Elvis to get beat on the Billboard.
Right, right.
And by who? By Taylor Swift.
Right.
I know.
How bad is
But how many years did it take?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, the next time they put something decent out, he'll just be back on again.
Oh, guaranteed. Elvis will never really be off the Billboard.
Absolutely. We appreciate you talking to us, brother. There's other stuff I wanted to ask you about. I know we're short on time, though, but you got to do this again.
You can ask me anytime, any place. You can call me at any given time.
We appreciate that.
My phone is on for you unless it's charged, unless my phone dies like it did now. But my phone's on 24 hours, 7 days a week.
How can people learn more about Bruno if they want to learn more about you?
They can either add me, follow me on any kind of social media.
On Facebook?
Facebook, Instagram. Now I'm on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
TikTok
my niece has got me into TikTok now, so I got to figure that one out too. Took me 20 years to figure out Facebook.
Yeah. Where's your schedule?
Busy. It brings me all over the world this year.
Where can people find out about the
they can follow me on Facebook,
Facebook?
Instagram, Facebook, Bruno Nesci, Nesci, or Instagram at Woodbridge Entertainer. Yeah. It's kind of funny because we have a show, Daphne, the backup singer. It's called Blue Suede and Rhinestones.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah, it's that. We do an Elvis and Dolly Parton show.
See that.
That looked nice. I saw that every
Yeah, it's a great concept.
That'll be fun. Okay.
And that's my Blue Suede Connection.
There you go. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And hit that notification bell.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.